fight, flight, freeze. It can also be fight, flee, freeze. There's 3 reactions possible in any situation. Let's talk about it, and let's start with freeze. What makes us freeze? It's not psychological effect. It's mostly not psychological effect. It also psychological effect, but it's many neurological effect. Under stress, the part of our brain that deals with stress is the amygdala, and it has faster signal transferring than the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is where we make rational decisions, and this is particularly important for humans because our frontal lobe is very developed. This is what makes humans mostly. So the signals rate is different between the amygdala, fast rate, and the frontal lobe, slow rate. And this mismatch is what causing the freeze. It's actual neurological, like shortened circuit in electricity. And this makes us freeze. And the way to deal with it is prepare your mind, condition your mind for movement. Use like your name and the word move as a conditioned instinct, conditioned reaction to situations. It's like move. So in real situation you will move. This movement will make the brain work and will cause you awake into the situation and start reacting rationally. So building this conditioned reaction by repetitively working on this in your mind and in training is very important, because it's really hard to simulate a really stressful situation. Even in army training, it's really hard to simulate the real threatening of life. It's almost impossible to simulate it. You actually need to be in a life-threatening situation, because it's really hard to fool the brain. If you know it's a game, it's just a game. So work on it by conditioning yourself. Pavlovian conditioning, classical behaviorism, classical Pavlovian conditioning. Your name with the word move, so it will make you start moving. Let's talk about fight. Fight isn't just fighting back. Fight is just a word that means making a decision, rational decision, choosing your action and apply your decision. This is fight. Decide what to do and do it. Rational decision making process. It can be, you can surrender willingly, you can retreat willingly and rationally, because you decide to and make it correct with less mistakes as possible. Unlike flight. Flight or flee isn't about retreating, it's about panic. You can also attack and be under flight mode. You can attack under panic and make mistakes and thus bring yourself to lose, to be annihilated. Lose your forces because of panic. Panic makes you do wrong decisions, are irrational and full of mistakes. So fight is about rational decision making and doing less mistakes. It doesn't matter if you engage in combat or disengaging. Flee is about panic and not making decision, actually not making rational decision, but being in panic, doing mistakes, and it doesn't matter if it's engaging or disengaging. And freeze is about neurological situation that we need to condition ourselves and be prepared for, to do one thing to overcome it. And if you're in the army, it will usually take cover and returning fire. If you're on the street, it usually will be move.